how to build a fighter jet like this one. But of course, we're gonna start off like the basics. For example, like the nose, the body, the tail. And yeah, it's just gonna be a guide on how to build it. So anyway, so this is like a old build I have here, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of guys have these type of stuff. It barely flies. I'm sure this thing flies or not. That doesn't fly. Barely does anything. Want to improve your builds, or at least try to build the first fighter jet. If I failed to do so, this will be a video for this. This is probably like one of those examples of you guys building like a fighter jet, but you fail. It's like a really old fighter jet though. I don't lie. I don't think this thing can even fly. It doesn't even go like fast enough. They want to actually build like a good looking fighter jet, or like at least an okay one. I'm not say mine's good though. Like something like this, then this would be the video. So first of all, number one, don't just use blocks. There are many more blocks to choose from, like wedges. There's 2.0, half blocks, different blocks here. See a lot of people just spamming blocks down, like this, and just placing down rocket engines randomly, and just COD day. But however, this is a video for you to improve or at least build a good fighter jet. So, of course, number one, use different blocks, like wedges to build your nose. Let me give you a good example. So here, this is the nose of my fighter jet, old one though. Yeah, this is pretty good. I used different blocks like half blocks and normal blocks themselves. But if you want yours to actually look even better, I would say, then you can maybe use angle locking like this one. This is what it looks like after the angle lock. Yeah, it's decent, I guess. Gun. But here, I'm talking about how you make a budget. But this is the nose, right? I'm just making the nose. How are you supposed to fly? You gotta make the body too. Next step, you gotta plan how your plane is gonna look like. Is it gonna be a fighter jet? Is it gonna be a land, like a land? No. Is it gonna be like an air to ground, air vehicle? Well, you gotta decide on that. But man, this is, yeah. But you're gonna have like build something like this, not like that. The body is this area, the back. So technically, you gotta decide on what the fuselage is gonna look like, and the wings, the hardest part. So a lot of people don't just put control panels at the back, like my friend Adam, and his plane barely flies. And yeah, no, that's why I'm doing this tutorial. Many people here to build jets that look something like this, and it barely flies. So after watching this video, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to build something like this, at least, hopefully. Maybe just too complicated. Maybe something not like that one. Like this. Yeah. This was not as complicated, but still okay, I guess. Yeah, so the body. So you gotta plan out what the wing's gonna be like. Is it gonna be a delta wing like this one? Or a forward slanting wing, like the Su-47? Or like a delta wing? A backward slanting wing? There are many types. Or maybe like something like an A-10 wing. You know what I mean? Go all out, you can make this. Or something else. If you actually want to actually put your skills to the max, I would say maybe something like that. This is like a questionable wing, I don't know how to call this. I'll call it diamond wing. That's basically it for the body. Oh yeah, one more thing. When you're designing the body, make sure you take inspiration. The body of the plane is the most hardest thing to do out of everything. Especially these areas. You gotta plan out how to make them, the shape of them, and if you're just a starter, you don't really need to use motor locking like me. I just use different blocks, but yeah, don't make your body like this, like a long stick using blocks. Don't do that. Okay, make it something like this. And yes, of course, make sure you use different wedges, different blocks technically, different blocks, wedges, maybe some engines, maybe some of these. Yeah. And now I'm gonna go over to the tail. How are you gonna make the tail? There are many types. Many type of tails, like this one. It's a weird. This is a normal tail. Alright. Or maybe you're watching this video to make a bomber plane. I don't know why you watch this video to make a bomber plane, but this is gonna be a good example. And what I don't want you to make is something. Oh wait, never mind. This is the wrong bill. The tail that looks like this. This is not gonna work. Alright? Same thing as the body of this. You can clearly see that I barely use anything with this thing. Barely use any. Yeah. So, what a good way to make the body of your build is. Look at this. This would be a good example. Use different blocks, just as I said earlier. And make sure you take inspiration. A lot of people just rush in, like me. But not right now, though. Not now. No, I don't rush in to build a jet. Rushing to build a jet, many things can go wrong. You know why? You don't know what you're building. That's exactly why. You build the nose, and it looks terrible, and you don't know how to change it. And yeah, sometimes your brain just makes up stuff. But however, doesn't really work out that great. Kind of like this jet that I showed you earlier. Wait, let me load it. Yeah, kind of like this one. You know, you don't want your jet to kind of look like this. Barely flies too, not gonna lie. And this is also a bad example of a tail. And a weird plane, not gonna lie. So yeah. Next, what we're gonna talk about is how to make your plane actually controllable. You can either use wing panels like this. Make sure you fill up your wings, all of them with wing panels. Otherwise, it's gonna be really hard to control. Kind of like this. Yeah, this is gonna give you a lot of control. But if you want to use some advanced mechanics, I'll go over that on another video, which will be ball joints. Technically, this can allow you to reach super maneuverability. Kind of like this. Let me activate it really quickly. Oh gosh, it's loud. Do you see? Super maneuverability. Yeah, it's kind of like that. But I won't talk about that in this video. But yeah. So now that if you make the plane and it flies, oh, I forgot to make sure. Make sure your wings are large enough for it to fly. Alright? Make sure it generates enough lift. So that's like a thing in the game. But next step. The engines. A lot of people, like me, when I was just started playing this game, we don't know about putting engines inside. We just thought about putting engines on the outside. And fill in the entire fuselage. And guess what? Plane goes like 1 mile per hour. And it doesn't even fly. It became a land cruiser. Maybe not even a land cruiser. Can't even move, maybe. But, like I told you, put engines inside of your jet. Let me show you right here. Right. Yeah, right here. Jet. These are like, yeah, super rocket engines. Make sure you put these inside of your fighter jet. Into your, like, PvP planes. Put them inside here. Don't just put them outside. 2 of them is not going to be enough. You're gonna need more if you want to reach higher speeds. And like another one, or you can use this, hover thrusters. These allow you to yeah, fly really quickly. Probably at speed like 1,000 or etc. But this one uses a lot of them. When using hover thrusters, make sure you put a motor behind them. These are the settings. Yes. But what I don't want you to do after watching this video is to make this You're just one of those little spoiled kids, like those one of those spoiled 5-year-old kids that made this. Ultimately, not me. That be me. But anyways, yeah. This is the last step. Stabilization of a jet. You make your jet, and it does fly. But it kind of is really wobbly. Then, yeah, no, just remove some wing panels, I'll just say. Or, just change up, like, the material you use to build the jet. For example, just use default. Or use ice. When building a jet, some of these materials do not use, like, diamond plates and metals. You know, or you can use wood or wood planks. These are really light materials. And yeah, now for the last chapter. The weapons on your fighter jet. Fighter jet is no good if you don't have any weapons on it. So what you're gonna do with fighter jet without any weapons? Nothing. Exactly, it's just gonna be for show. So that's why we're gonna need weapons. And of course, I'll teach you a tutorial on how to make bombs later on. Yeah, and here we have like rockets, bombs, and guns. These are the top 3 best weapons there is in the game, or at least for the